We get any mysterious emails?
And thank you to Janelle.
All right. Are we good to go live there, Forrest? Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Welcome everyone to the 2025 annual general meeting of the Old Nick Company. It's lovely to have such a big crowd with us today. I do remember the years of when we struggled to get 15, and it's great to see over... I do have an audience out there. Someone wants to join in. I'll have a heckler for the rest of today. No, it's fantastic to see so many here, and welcome to those joining us online as well. So welcome to our life members. Obviously it's a privilege to have you all here, and to our members and our theatre community friends as well. It's great to have you all here. Today I'll start the meeting acknowledging the country that we stand on. So on behalf of the Old Nick Company, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Muwinina people, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. We recognise and honour the deep and enduring connection that the Palawa people have to this land, its waterways and its stories. These connections have been sustained for tens of thousands of years. As a theatre company, we acknowledge the importance of storytelling as a means of sharing culture, knowledge and identity. We commit to listening, learning and ensuring that First Nations voices and stories continue to be heard, respected and celebrated in our community and in our art. We've already done the attendees and apologies. Matt has looked after that for us, so there was no need to sign in on your way through today. I will now move to item number 3 on our agenda, which is there. You can see our lovely agenda. Lots to get through today. Hopefully those reports aren't too long for us, but there is obviously plenty to discuss. We've had a fantastic year this year, and with obviously lots of achievements that we want to talk about. But that's our agenda for today as circulated. And the minutes of the last meeting, for those that were here, were circulated in an email to everyone. And the motion that I'd like to put forward is that the minutes of the last annual general meeting held on Wednesday the 2nd of October 2024 at 50A Letitia Street, North Hobart, as circulated, be taken as true and correct records of proceedings. Can I please have someone to move that motion? Thank you, Jade. Anyone to second it? Ian? All those in favour say aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried unanimously. Thank you. We will now move to item number 4, which is the President's Report. I tried to make this as short as possible, but, you know, that's just where we're at. Dear members, it is my pleasure to present the President's Report for the Old Nick Company, reflecting on the past 12 months of activity, growth and community engagement. Firstly, I'll talk about productions and artistic achievements. Over the past year, Old Nick has proudly delivered a diverse range of productions that highlight both our creative ambition and our commitment to Tasmanian theatre. First off, we had, at the start of this year, we had Summer School, which was our Anything Goes, the musical, and it was a vibrant and successful production that highlighted, obviously our emerging talent, our new mentors through our mentor program, and a strong audience response was received by the audience. We had our annual uni review, and that was dim-witted this year. Again, it was continuing that proud tradition and success of satirical theatre. Dim-witted captured this year's politics and culture with sharp wit and high energy, delighting audiences across its season, both here in Hobart and in Launceston as well. It was also great to see collaborative theatre come and join our season this year, joining with the Bad Company Theatre with the production of Master and Margarita, which was a fantastic thing. It was obviously a bit ambitious for us. First time we've done a collaborative theatre project in a while, but I know that it was a tremendous artistic and logistical achievement, and it attracted new audiences and critical acclaim as well. So I really would like to say well done to all those that were involved in Master and Margarita. I know I thoroughly enjoyed the production, so you know it was great, and I hope that all of you were able to share in that production as well. We've obviously had One Fest, which has just wrapped up yesterday. Old Nick also had the privilege of having, for the first time, someone or a couple of people represent the company at One Fest. So I'd just like to mention and congratulate Zach and Zaya on their performance and for representing the company at One Fest. And we've obviously got the exciting development of our future season, so obviously moving forward into 2026. We've got preparations well underway for the 2026 Summer School, which is Midnight the Cinderella musical, and there's also early concept work for the 2026 Uni Review, which is underway as well. But I will let the producers speak more about those productions. The productions overall this year obviously not only entertained audiences, but also showcased the creativity, resilience and adaptability of our company and all our volunteers. I'll move on to community and membership. Our community continues to be the heart of the Old Nick Company, and this year we've welcomed new members and engaged with long-standing supporters, one of those being the Hobart Repertory Theatre Society. We've provided mentoring opportunities for young and emerging artists through our mentor programs, and also for directors and young technicians. We've built stronger partnerships with local theatre groups, as I was saying, the Hobart Repertory Theatre Society, and that will also ensure our summer school program has a strong and sustainable future as we now look to transition to the Playhouse Theatre moving forward. The ongoing involvement of volunteers on stage, backstage and through administration remains the lifeblood of our company, and I extend my sincere thanks to everyone who's contributed their time and passion in these areas. Governance and operations. The committee has worked diligently to ensure the stability and future growth of Old Nick. Business planning, it's been a major focus that's been is obviously our long-term sustainability. Exploring new revenue streams, reviewing ticketing structures and managing fixed running costs. So we held a business planning meeting about a month and a half ago now, which was really sort of gave us an idea of where we were sitting as a company and where we need to improve on for the future. And Gus will speak more around our finances and where we're at very shortly. Facilities, obviously our wonderful facility here at Letitia Street. There's been building works ongoing, especially with our roof. And I do want to say a big thank you to Ruben and to Ian for all of their work on the roof. It's been an incredibly difficult task and a lot of hours that they've put in as volunteers. So we really appreciate the work that you've put into that so far and continue to do so. Well done. There are also other urgent maintenance that needs to be undertaken, and there's other things that we do want to do in the space that we'll obviously be working on as we move into 2026. Financial management, while challenges remain in balancing production costs with revenue, Careful planning and reflection on our expenses have placed us in manageable financial positions in 2025. One last thing, we've got the new logo which has been put in place. So the Old Nick Company 75th anniversary logo, which you'll see on my vest here, had been in place for the last few years, and obviously we're not in our 75th year anymore, so it became outdated, and this year the committee approved the introduction of a new logo to bring the company to a more contemporary, professional and refreshed visual identity, which you can see just here to my right. Looking forward, as we approach the next 12 months, Old Nick faces both challenges and opportunities. We're continuing to grow our audiences while keeping theatre affordable for our community. We're looking at expanding partnerships across Hobart and beyond, including touring Uni Review to the northwest for the first time in many, many years. We're also looking at securing sponsorships and grant support to underpin artistic risk-taking and strengthening our volunteer base and offering pathways for the next generation of theatre practitioners. Some acknowledgements. I'd like to thank my fellow committee members for their dedication and countless hours of behind-the-scenes work. A special acknowledgement also goes to our production teams, performers and everyone who ensures our shows not only go on, but shine brightly. Finally, to our members, I thank you for your continued support. Your enthusiasm and engagement are what make the Old Nick Company more than just a theatre company. We are a community, a family and a vital part of Tasmania's cultural landscape. I look forward to an exciting year ahead and to working with you all to ensure Old Nick continues to thrive. Thank you. All right, we'll now move to the Treasurer's report, and I ask Gus to come forward to present that.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you, everyone. Unlike the last couple of years, the 2024-25 financial year was less about reform and more about maintenance. Having invested in systems to improve our processes and ease of use, my focus this year was ensuring that we could continue to use them effectively. For example, making sure that production managers had the tools they needed to access their show's funds. As Mark alluded to, with the processes now in place, we've spent some time looking at our long-term vision. We have continued running business planning meetings this year to much success. In these meetings, we sit down and analyse exactly what our operating expenses are and what our income streams look like, and develop future strategies for expanding them. As our running costs grow, it is important to grow revenue outside our productions. This year has been great for this. We've had multiple venue hires, LED screen hires and microphone hires. A special shout out goes to the drinks fridge, which will soon be Old Nick's biggest earner. Well done, drinks fridge. Our productions were a mixed bag this year. Review did break even and summer school saw a loss, and will operate under a reduced budget this summer. However, last year's cabaret and night at the movies made a small profit, and this year's collaboration with Bad Company Theatre, The Master and Margarita, has made a profit also. As usual, the producers of these shows will speak to the figures, but I extend my thanks to all of them for their very hard work. Our operating expenses increased this year up to approximately $40,000. A large portion of this cost was building maintenance, as we finally commenced work on repairing the roof, thanks to Ian and Ruben's efforts. We will continue to refine our operating expenses as much as we can in the coming year and ensure that we grow our revenue to offset them. I table the auditor's report at this meeting. I'm pleased to confirm that all of our previous year annual returns are now submitted. Huge achievement. Which is a milestone achievement for this committee, and I extend my greatest thanks to Mark and Vic for getting that under control, and all the others that helped. With all said and done, the company saw a financial year profit of $3,300, but I want to caveat that by saying that there were a number of Uni Review expenses which were not paid until July in the new financial year. After much consideration, I advised the committee that I will not be renominating for Treasurer. It has been a fantastic opportunity to serve the company for 3 years, and I'm grateful to have contributed positively to this wonderful organisation. However, I believe I can no longer provide the effort and commitment that this role requires, but I've provided the committee my full assurance that I will assist the incoming Treasurer to become acquainted with the role as best I can. So I wish to thank the committee and everybody who worked in our productions for their support over the last 3 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Gus. Appreciate that report. I will now move to the Productions Chair report, and I'll ask Mel to come forward to present that.
He's like, not without me, mother. Wait.
If you're going to sit, sit.
Sit. Sit.
Hello, everybody. Alrighty, so I am going to report on 4 shows, with thanks to Matt and Reese as well for helping me with some of those, and then I'll let Bianca, Mark, both of you, report on Summer School and Pirate on Uni Review as well. So, excluding Uni Review and Summer School, we had a night at the movies, / 21 Chump Street. So late October 2024, after performing 21 Chump Street in One Fest 2024, we completed a short season of the 14-minute musical accompanied by a cabaret, a night at the movies. We completed 4 shows at the Hidden Theatre, performing 2 acts, cabaret style, singing songs from movies with 21 Chump Street in between. With a cast of 9 and a couple behind the scenes, this was a really fantastic achievement. We spent a total of $2,200 and made a revenue of $4,200 with a profit of $1,650. Ash, can you check on my dog? Thank you. Apologies. Yeah, it was really fun. That was our first little show at Hidden Theatre, which was nice to see how a bar could kind of add to our profits as well. Yeah, that was lovely. Then we had Painting the Townsend Redmond. Earlier this year in March 2025, Old Nick produced a special one-night-only stand-up comedy performance of Painting the Townsend Redmond, featuring Launceston locals and longtime friends of the company, Russell Redmond and Ned Townsend, with their hilarious stories at the Peacock Theatre. We spent a modest $985, which was mostly the venue and technicians, and generated $1,310 in revenue, resulting in a profit of $325. While small scale, the night was a valuable opportunity to showcase local talent, foster connections with the wider Tasmanian community, and continue building Old Nick's reputation for supporting diverse performances. Thank you, Matt, for editing as we go. The Master and Margarita, partially written by Reese, so I will just read this, but The Master and Margarita was an ambitious co-production with Bad Company Theatre, aiming to create something special that neither company could have managed alone. With a cast and crew of 28, plus another 26 contributors, the show was a monumental undertaking and a huge success. Financially, the production performed exceptionally well. With a modest budget of around $10,000, we kept costs down by drawing on existing Old Nick resources and leveraging our MOU with Hobart Rep. Expenditure is estimated at about $11,000, with major costs including venue hire, show rights and marketing. Revenue reached over $19,000. Very good. Breaking even in the first week and nearly doubling in the second. The profit, approximately $8,300, will be shared evenly among 28 personnel and the 2 companies, resulting in a healthy return for all involved. Importantly, this was Old Nick's highest grossing post-COVID play and one of Bad Company's top-selling productions. Beyond the numbers, the show introduced new performers and creatives to Old Nick, fostering strong camaraderie and showcased ambitious technical effects. However, the process also highlighted challenges familiar to community theatre, including overextension of team members, reliance on individuals juggling multiple roles, and communication gaps around marketing and workload distribution. But overall, The Master and Margarita just demonstrated the power of collaboration between indie theatre companies, setting a new benchmark for what can be achieved when resources and talents are combined. It stands as one of Nick's most successful recent ventures and paves the way for more ambitious, large-scale partnerships in the future. Snaps. Very good. And then we have One Fest. This was written by Matt Cook, but I will read it. Old Nick attempted to take a more active role in One Fest this year, starting its EOI process in late August. That resulted in a pleasing number of original works being submitted. Unfortunately, due to a difficulty in securing actors and directors, we've only managed to stage 1 entry at this year's festival, That entry belonged to Zach Foray? Yep, one of Hobart Theatre Summer School participants who is directing and starring in a piece called Encounter by Ruth Jacobson. We will repeat the EOI process in 2026 with an aim to start much earlier in the year and give ourselves more time to deal with the actor/director challenges that derailed some of our respondents this year. Why do you have to use such big words? This will hopefully result in all of our 2025 EOI respondents having their works staged with Old Nick backing at OneFest 2026, along with a significant number of new respondents. I also see a significant opportunity for Old Nick to engage more of its Hobart Theatre Summer School participants for OneFest 2026, in brackets, or just school-aged people in general. By targeting this demographic directly and removing barriers around cost, original material, props, wardrobe, and access to rehearsal space. That's me. Thanks very much.
I will now call Bianca Payne to join me at the podium, and we'll be talking through the Hobart Theatre Summer School 2025 production report. The 2025 production of Anything Goes continued the summer school's strong tradition of developing young Tasmanian performers, creatives and technicians. Artistically, the show was a huge success with excellent audience feedback and strong teamwork through organisational, financial and wellbeing challenges, though organisational, financial and wellbeing challenges were identified.
So some of the highlights within our creative team, first-time director Oliver Black led an impressive and creative production. Collaboration and morale across the team was strong, with notable technical achievements and effective mentorship contributions. As far as the cast and crew goes, we saw exceptional camaraderie and professionalism observed amongst our young participants who gained valuable experience across all departments. And finally, our community engagement was highlighted. So successful school workshops, attendance prior to auditions, as well as fundraisers, including our Bunnings barbecue, appearances at Salamanca Market, all boosted engagement and showcased the Old Nick Theatre Company's youth commitment. Audience surveys rated the show at between 4 and 5 stars out of 5.
Some of the challenges in 2025, we had some challenges around learning and development. There was some sort of inconsistency around skill building and achieving that throughout the program. These were raised in our survey from participants. We also had some challenges around personal wellbeing, which we're looking into addressing as well. We also had some struggles with the mentorship program, with it lacking some oversight and leaving some mentees feeling like they were under-supported. The rehearsal and scheduling pre-Christmas time led to some over-rehearsing and stress. There was a lot of sort of pressure to try and get the show done before Christmas, which was reported by our team. Technical and logistical issues, there was delays in set design and bump in, which caused reblocking and unrequired stress, and there was some stage crew that felt unsupported around this process as well. Financial management as well, so access to financial data was limited, and final profit and loss figures were unavailable at the time of our report. Ticket sales were below expectations, unfortunately, and that obviously raised some sustainability concerns. We ended up with a small loss. It wasn't actually too big in the end, but it basically sat in a position where, you know, obviously being one of our core shows, we need to obviously ensure that the production leans into the learning and the development side, but it does need to at least break even or make a small profit to help support the Old Nick Company.
And so some of the key recommendations that we have reported around learning and wellbeing, we are going to be adding structured workshops around vocals, technical, mental health for this year's program. We'll also be establishing quiet spaces and appoint a safeguarding liaison so that our participants have someone to go to if they do face into any challenges. For our mentor program, we will introduce a dedicated mentor coordinator to oversee that program. With our rehearsals, we're rejigging the schedule a little to avoid that over-intensiveness prior to Christmas, and we will improve our final week communication. Around production and logistics, we will set firmer deadlines for the design and the bump-in. We will also add a mentee day for backstage training. As far as financial management goes, we will have a requirement around timely financial reporting. We'll explore sponsorships and grants and we will also reassess our venue and ticketing models, which we have done. Committee involvement, we will also encourage more visible committee presence during production and fundraisers. Side note, our Vic is amazing, but we would love to see more of the committee around. And in conclusion, that's you.
Thank you. I was like, go for it. In conclusion, Anything Goes was a major artistic and developmental success, but exposed areas for operational improvement, particularly in financial transparency, scheduling and flexibility, mentor support and participant wellbeing. The summer school remains a vital program for youth theatre in Tasmania, and the producers ourselves reaffirm their commitment to evolving and strengthening it in future years. Thank you. I will now ask Justin Wildsmith, Pirate, to come forward and present the Uni Review Producers Report.
Thank you, Mark. Mr. President. This is a report written just for the AGM. There is a much longer producers report which any members are allowed to look at. The links are actually all in the reports, which are accessible to everyone at the AGM. But yeah, if you want a deep dive into it, there's
24 hours.
but yes, in brief. The 2025 Uni Review was not necessarily what we'd call a success. The show barely broke even, the production was fraught with issues, and we saw ticket sales slump back to similar levels as 2023. However, in terms of public feedback, the response to the show was overwhelmingly positive. There is a substantial amount of detail in the official reports delivered to the committee and the review subcommittee, so please feel free to later peruse these documents. As steward for the Uni Review for the last few years, I feel like we're trying to turn a ship around that should have started turning around in the mid-2000s. We've modernised governance both at company and production levels. We're trying to professionalise the approach where possible, and we are seeing payoffs in some of these initiatives. But unfortunately, our biggest issue is that we're just not seeing a return to pre-COVID audience levels. We were averaging 8,000 over a season, according to our bums on seats data, which seemed to be holding relatively steady, which was after a bit of a fall through the 2010s. COVID, however, seems to have caused us to stumble in a way that we're still not able to recover from. Our audience average is now 4,000, with an anomalous bulge to 5,000 in 2024. In 2024, we elected to aggressively drop ticket prices in the hopes that it would attract more people to attend, and we did see growth. However, with no hard data, we can't be sure whether this is attributable to price, the terrific marketing campaign, or simply the title of the show itself, The Rockcliffe Horror Shit Show, which may just have been ball-grabbing enough and foundational theme broadly popular enough that it carried us to success that we otherwise might not have seen. In some ways, I feel like the show's title and poster may have been the key differential, as dim-witted, despite being an almost billion-dollar summer movie spectacular, just didn't seem to move the needle as much. Possibly the title wasn't clear enough, and God, getting woked as a suggestion after we'd started marketing killed me a little bit inside. Marketing again was absolutely stellar under Bianca Payne's leadership, but it seems clear that maintaining the low ticket price did nothing. We had a great partnership with the Theatre Royal, which saw a bit of a return to the old days, where Theatre Royal staff helped us with technical production design, which helped us with some cost savings, and helped them by providing useful training for Theatre Royal staff on large-scale shows. We hope this relationship can continue, and we can continue to see the review as a place of learning and development. Ben Payne's direction had a clearness of energy and vision on stage, which review needed. There were plenty of ideas lifted and modernised from previous reviews and executed that largely thanks to Ben's near reckless positivity that they would work in the face of my near constant cautiousness. On the other side of the coin, significant life challenges led to tumultuous rehearsals and several interpersonal relationship breakdowns. A lot of effort was put in behind the scenes to try to keep the show from falling in a heap, and as a result, we missed a lot of the things we'd intended to achieve in the production. Despite starting rehearsals almost a month early and specifically outlining that we needed to be doing full show runs in the weeks leading up to Tech, we spectacularly missed our milestones, and those of you who attended on the preview/gala night will be able to attest to how unpolished the show was. Especially disappointing that many of you wouldn't have seen the show as it appeared the following week after it had settled in. This was very much a management issue, and steps are being taken to prevent a reoccurrence in 2026. So please don't be hesitant to attend the 2026 gala. As a result of all these factors, the 2025 Uni Review made a very modest profit, only sneaking above break even. This is not sustainable long term, and we are looking at ways to make further refinements to bring the show back into consistent profitability, as well as ensuring that we retain the clarity and consistency of the production going forward to maintain audience expectations. We're already working on this for the 2026 Uni Review. Speaking of 2026, as the appointed producer for Uni Review 2026, I would like to introduce our current production team appointments. Melanie Ransley will be returning as production manager, as we are hoping to take our learnings from 2024 and 2025 and work together to implement them strategically together. Did I say together twice? Yep. God, that's unprofessional. Sack the producer. Erica Marnie will be returning as musical director, and Jessica Muir, will be joining as vocal director. Vicky Kroll will be returning to oversee the costume team, Morgan Stephen returning for set, and Alex O'Brien doing graphic design. We'll be introducing Ash Boxall as choreographer, and this will be carried out under the watchful eye of the director of the 2026 Uni Review, Christy Baker. Many of us will know Christy from her long career as choreographer for Review, as well as the stints production managing and as company secretary and president. KB is across our list of recommendations and the challenges we face, as well as the steps we are trying to take to move the product forward. And we think that she should be a good fit to oversee the show and engage directly with our cast and production team. We will also be extending our season into Devonport, something which has been discussed for many years. This is potentially a great opportunity to grow Review revenue, and we are approaching it with cautious optimism. Again, anyone who wants more information regarding this year's review should read the attached reports or feel free to chat to me, Mel, or anyone involved with the production. We truly believe the review is a special product and that it has so much potential and gives so many opportunities. And we hope that we can weather this rough patch and come out the other side with the show's legacy intact. We know we are handling a geriatric property which is also chained by a lot of public opinions, many of which are based on shows they sometimes saw decades before. So changing the public perception of what Review actually is and why they should see it is probably our largest challenge. The inconsistency of the product over the years also adds complexity to that challenge. As long as there are people dedicated to the show, the history, as well as the potential future, I think that we can make this work and continue for years to come. Thank you for your support as Old Knickers, and I hope we get to see another come the 80th anniversary.
Thank you, Pirate. That was fantastic. Thank you for all that. Sorry, I'm a bit thrown now. I will now ask Ruben to come forward and present the property report.
So a lot has happened around the property since last AGM, and I guess the biggest project has been the roof. Ian and I have spent a lot of weekends, a lot of hours, even some evenings during the week trying to get the leaks under control. To date, we've replaced all of the old laser light sheets with tin. We've gotten about halfway through pulling all of the roofing nails out to replace with screws to try and actually make sure that the tin stays on the roof. And the box gutter for the main section of the building out here has largely been patched with metal patch sheets. It's been rust proofed. We've put soodle coating through most of it, and we've seen a significant slowdown in leaks, particularly the leaks in wardrobe. We're still working on this section through here, which was leaking like a sieve when we started, and whilst we haven't quite managed to stop that, we're pretty close. But the reality is it's labour intensive, and with bookings inside the venue, volunteer labour, weather, etc., it's unfortunately taken a bit longer than we'd hoped. But I think coming into spring, we're hoping to be able to get the main part of the roof done before the end of the year, and move into starting on the workshop gutter early next. Another long-term project has been the workshop. It is currently in its most usable state in many years, or possibly ever, in terms of actually being a workshop. It's well equipped in terms of tools and equipment, storage and hardware materials, neat and tidy and well laid out. We have seen an increase in use of the space for construction of props and set pieces for Old Nick Productions, and word is slowly spreading to other companies that the space is available to hire. The intention is for the workshop to be available both as a standalone hire or as a value add additional hire for people using rehearsal spaces, with appropriate hire agreements and inductions in place, which will add further revenue stream to the company. The new props room, which is located in the right-hand corner of the workshop as you walk in, has been completed and is now in use. And this has liberated space in what was the old props room, which will be currently rented out as an office and production space, but which could be renovated in the future to add 2 additional toilets to gain building compliance for occupancy over 20 people. The new props room is a much more functional space than the old arrangement. It's a bit more open, better organised, more space. The laundry door has been widened to 920 millimetres in line with requirements for accessibility in the Building Code of Australia, and the bathroom door will follow soon. That also aids with occupancy requirements and compliance. Some of you, possibly all of you, will have noticed that the brick partition wall outside with the neighbouring property at 54 is sadly crumbling and disintegrating inwards onto our side. This will need to be demolished and removed and replaced with a new block wall with adequate draining beneath it to avoid future damage due to moisture. And part of that proposal will be also for an additional colour-bond fence above the wall with fixings for promotional banners for Old Nick events and productions. Other projects underway include new building signage, which is in the quoting process, and new Uni Review street banners, ongoing improvements for on-site storage and regular clean-up days. In the last financial year, building and assets generated about $6,175 excluding GST. Was made of a combination of parking space rental, rehearsal room rental, workshop rental and radio mic hire. Target income for 2025-26 financial year is $10,000, and a strong start has been made with screen and microphone hires as well as rehearsal room hires starting strongly for this year. Company successfully applied for a grant from Andrew Wilkie to refresh and update some of the radio mic kit and accessories. And the company has also acquired an amount of trust to assist with deployment options for the LED screen, which would include setting it up as a freestanding structure, meaning we can do outdoor events and other things that we couldn't previously. On an ongoing basis, as others have already mentioned, the building will require an increased maintenance budget and a well thought out regular maintenance cycle to ensure the company doesn't have to foot the bill for future major repairs, such as the roof and guttering currently being undertaken. Current estimate places the value of the building at approximately $1.2 million and the total value of assets owned by the company within the building at approximately $100,000. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruben. Fantastic update there of what's been happening around the space and with our assets, so thank you. I'll now ask Ben to come forward to present the social media report.
Hello, how are we doing? Social media. This last year saw a fairly steady rise in all things social media. We've had several videos go viral from this year's uni review. We've re-attained monetization on our YouTube channel, bringing in a small but welcome stream of income. And we've had much greater channel/page reach than previous years. The Uni Review Facebook page over the last few years has been utilised much more than the past. We've had consistent posts throughout the Uni Review show season, which has shown a huge boost in traction, specifically obviously in April-May, where we've had things like show trailers, behind the scenes footage and ads for our sponsors. This is largely due to the amazing efforts of course, Bianca Payne and Chloe Swan in their marketing and social media management roles during the review seasons. Claps. We are slowly but steadily increasing our social media presence. getting monetization back on YouTube was the first step. There are music videos in the works, more review sketches to upload from this year's review, and plenty of pre-review 2026 ideas for content in the lead up to the show. Some dot points of data from the Old Nicky YouTube page year to date, so from the 2nd of October last year to 2nd of October this year. We went from a total watch hours on our channel being 7,000 to total watch hours being 307,000. So that is a 4,400% increase. We gained 1,222 subscribers, which is 265% more new subscribers than the previous year. We generated $233 in income. We uploaded 12 videos in 2025. They included summer school shorts, review shorts, and standalone music videos. General note, music videos perform much better, bringing in about 99% of our new subscribers. YouTube is clearly a point of high interest, especially given it's now earning direct income. If we continue to produce high quality music videos, we can likely rely on some going viral, as others have in the past: Bogans, Epstein's Island, the Tasmanian Lego videos, and hopefully rake in some extra dollars. I believe YouTube viability should be heavily considered in reviews video items, including putting as much effort into creating content before May to advertise the show as much as to put in the show itself. Some dot points of data from going to next thing is the Facebook page. So some dot points for the Uni Review Facebook page year to date as of 2nd of October 25. We had individual post views. We had nearly 1,944,967. We gained 481 followers. We had 5.8 thousand links clicked, 11,000 comments and content interactions, and 22,000 page visits. Categorically, the largest influx for review traffic is during May, where our content's most prominent. It'll be nice to have a more long-term strategy with review. Mostly just repeating myself here, how it goes very well doing stuff with the show at the same time to increase that traffic for a long-term period. And lastly, just some Facebook page stats for the Old Nick Facebook page. It's all consistently about 10% of what the review one is, so about 100,000 views plus 100 followers, and yeah, about 10% of all the other stats from the Uni Review Facebook page. But if you want to look at the exact ones, they'll be in the full report. Our review page nets approximately 10 times the traffic that Old Nick does. The Old Nick page has been fairly consistent throughout the year, having noticeable spikes during summer school, painting towns in Redmond, review, Master and Margarita. The reach for the page seems fairly expected for what a Tasmanian community theatre page would get, but it'd be nice to see our shows advertise the Old Nick brand a bit more, which we are working in with like our new logo suites and such. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ben. Very interesting stuff out of that, actually. I learnt some stuff that I wasn't even aware of. Nearly 1 million views, that's pretty good. I'll take that. Some money out of YouTube, great. Let's make some money out of Zuckerberg next. We'll be right. All right, number 11, we move to the appointment of the auditor. I'm going to just do that. The appointment of the auditor. So the motion that we're putting forward is that Max Peck and Associates be appointed auditors for 2025-26. They are our current auditor, and there'll be no change there. Can I have someone to move that motion, please? Gus, thank you. Anyone to second?
Oh, yeah.
Ruben, thank you. All those in favour?
Aye.
Say aye. And opposed? Carried unanimously. Thank you. All right, we'll now move into the election side of things. So, just a quick introduction on what this process will be. We'll now move to the election of the committee positions for the upcoming year. As per the Constitution, all nominations were received 10 days before the AGM, and if there are more nominations than available, then positions will be taken to a vote. Only current financial members are entitled to vote. Each member is entitled to 1 vote per person, per position. Voting may be conducted by a show of hands or by ballot if required. First thing we will do is state that the positions up for election. Just going to go to the next slide. The positions up for election at this AGM are the Senior Vice President, Treasurer, Facilities Manager, and 3 General Representative positions. I will now move to item 12, Appointment of Returning Officer. I'd like to move that Daryl Peebles be appointed Returning Officer for the election of office bearers. Can I have a seconder for that motion? Pirate. Justin Wildsmith. Can I have all those in favour say aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried unanimously. Thank you, Daryl. I'll get you to come forward, please.
Very happy return.
Welcome back. I did just see Karen Fago. Thank goodness Daryl's here. Because Karen was stuck with it the year you weren't here.
Go Daryl.
So, just a quick one. We will obviously declare the nominations is the first step. The applications received, if you'd like to read those out, please,
Surely.
Daryl, for each position.
For the position of Senior Vice President, we have one application received, that being Vicky Kroll. And unless there are any other nominations, and there are not, I hereby declare that Vicky is the elected member. The second vacant position was that of Treasurer, and thanks again to Gus for your wonderful work over the last 3 years. The one nomination we've received is that of Matthew Cook. And,
I've got to jump in. So, obviously Matthew Cook was the secretary prior to this meeting, and Matthew Cook has presented his resignation from that position as per our constitution, so has resigned from the secretary role.
lovely. So keep on going, as we have
we'll elect him
one nominee.
Yep.
We'll declare that Matthew has been duly elected as the Treasurer. Now, as Matthew's resigned from the position of Secretary effective of today, the 5th of October, to take on the Treasurer position, we now have a casual vacancy in the Secretary position for 1 year, and we can take nominations from the floor. And we have a nomination. Well done. do we need to...
Are there any other nominations?
Yeah, indeed. First of all, are there any other nominations? And if not...
Elected.
It is my duty. I'm sorry, I don't...
That's okay, Jane.
Jane! It is my pleasure to declare Jade is the new secretary.
No, not yet.
The facilities manager is vacant. There have been no applications, so that we could also accept nominations from the floor for facilities manager.
No nominations
And
for
being none,
facilities manager?
we will move on.
Thank you.
General reps, we've got 4 vacancies, and we have three
vacancies.
applications received, they being from Amy Parnell, Ben Stoneman, Frank Barter and Jade. Who's yeah?
Tuesday.
That was fourth.
Before this one.
Yep.
All right, so we go back to 3 nominations for 4
Three positions.
vacancies.
There's 1, 2, 3 positions.
Yeah.
So only 3 positions.
Well, that makes it easy, doesn't it? Well, therefore, it's my pleasure to get out of here quickly and declare Amy, Ben and Frank the new general reps.
Daryl, apparently I didn't ask for clearance from head office first.
I'm
We
sorry,
don't have a
Rosie.
veto, do we?
Sorry, Rosie. No veto. I will also bring forward that unfortunately Melanie Ransley has decided to resign from her position as productions chair, and that was put into writing and received by the committee. And so I will get Daryl to move to the next part.
Yes, as Melanie has resigned from her position of production chairperson effective from today, 5th of October, we now have a casual vacancy in the productions chairperson position for 1 year, and I'm keen to ask for nominations from the floor.
I'd like to move Justin Turner for the position of productions chairperson. Seconded by Bianca Payne.
Justin
Turner is right there.
quite happy to accept. Are there any other nominations? Speak now, forever hold... Oh, wrong service. I therefore have great pleasure in congratulating Justin for being the new production chairperson. Well done, Justin. I shall resume my seat, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I feel like something is... Very wrong.
Can we also thank Gus, Mel and Matthew?
It's in the minutes. It's actually an acknowledgement to come. It's coming, Ed. It's coming. It is coming. We will keep moving on. Just declaring that the positions of Senior Vice President is Victoria Kroll, Treasurer is Matthew Cook, Facilities Manager will remain vacant, and the General Reps, 3 of them, Amy Parnell, Ben Stoneman, Frank Barter, and the Productions Chair position is now filled by Justin Turner. And the Secretary is now filled by Jade. All right, moving on to part 14. I did actually do slides for all of these. And, no one pressing them, we'll just go to 14. Section 14 of today's meeting is life membership. The committee has endorsed the following life membership applications and recommended approval by members present at this meeting. The first one being Karen Fay, with the application presented by Justin Wildsmith. I would like to move the motion that Karen Fay receives life membership of the Old Nick Company. Can I please have someone to move that motion? Victoria Kroll. Can I have a seconder, please? Angela Barnard. Can I have all members in favour of that say aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried unanimously. Congratulations, Karen. You're now stuck as part of the Old Nick Company, so don't think you'll be running away. I can't wait for the sandwiches for summer school. That's all I'll say. Secondly, we have a second application for life membership that has been received and approved by the committee. That is for Reuben Hopkins, and that was an application presented by Justin Wildsmith. I'll put the motion forward that Reuben Hopkins receives life membership of the Old Nick Company. Can I have a mover, please? Ben Stoneman. A seconder? Ian Purkis. All those in favour say aye. 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 Opposed? Carried unanimously. Congratulations, Reuben. And those applications will be in the drive, and you'll be able to access them through there, which has the information around those 2 members, but extremely worthwhile members to be joining our life membership group. Very excited to see you at our function. If we have one. Let's have one. We will now move to item number 15, which is other general business. This is of an annual nature only, please. Firstly, I would like to take the floor and acknowledge our committee members that won't be continuing with us, that being Reece Prestige, Melanie Rounsley, Gus Viney and Ian Purkis. It's been an absolute pleasure to work with all of you. You truly have been a really integral and important part of the Old Nick Company, and please don't be strangers. We really are keen to have you still involved with the company in many ways, and we can't wait to work with you moving forward. Thank you very much to all of those members. The second item of general business is from Craig Wellington through email correspondence. I will now read through Craig's email correspondence that was presented to us. This is from Craig Wellington. Please accept this note as my formal apology for the annual general meeting of the Old Nick Company. If I were not indisposed, I would have been with you. Please table the following correspondence for the minutes, and I will keep it brief. I would like to commend the company, committee and members for the enormous cultural improvement achieved over the past 5 years. At the turn of the century, I predicted that Old Nick would be like a human being. It might make 75, but I doubt it'll make 100. My cynicism was well founded as I was watching very public displays of self-interest and personal ambition wielding a wrecking ball to decades of society, community inclusion and the wider common good. The committee and membership has turned that reality completely around and made my cynicism vanish. I commend all involved in the cultural shift and for the enormous improvements made in modernising the company. Particularly, I commend the standards and benchmarks created for member wellbeing, inclusion and duty of care. As we are currently witnessing in the wider world, it does not take many self-interested individualists to demolish democratic, collegial and community standards. Well done to all involved, and please remain forever vigilant to prevent even a single backward step. The company, as this year's productions report cites, has in the past 12 months alone demonstrated the power of innovation, partnerships and collaboration. Thank you to all involved in putting Old Nick back on a path of decency and success, and for effectively future-proofing it against lesser ambitions to allow its extraordinary legacy to prevail. I've not named individuals, A, because Old Nick is a society, and B, because I would no doubt have missed out important contributors. So collectively, well done of all of you. Keep it up. Yours sincerely, Craig Wellington. I now ask, is there any other general business of an annual nature from the floor? There being none, I move to item 16, which is the closing of the meeting, and I declare the meeting of this AGM for 2025, the Old Nick Company, closed at 6:54 p.m. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Please feel free to hang around, enjoy some snacks and drinks are out there, and mingle. Thank you very much. My speech is done. Good job.
I don't have to do any minutes.
I would rather that 10